6 painful regrets I have after moving into a nursing home. Please watch before you decide. At 82 years old, I've lived a full life, full of memories, lessons, and experiences. But there's one decision I deeply regret: moving into a nursing home. At the time, it felt like the right thing to do. My family encouraged it. They told me I'd be well taken care of, comfortable, and safe, and I believed them. But once I got there, the reality was nothing like what I expected. If you're thinking about moving into a nursing home, or you know someone who is, I want to share something important with you. 6 things I wish someone had told me before I made that decision. Please stay with me until the end. Some of these may surprise you, and they just might change how you see nursing homes forever. Regret. 1. Losing my independence. The biggest shock wasn't the small room, the set meal times, or even the unfamiliar faces. It was the moment I realized I was no longer in control of my own life. At home, I had freedom. I woke up when I wanted, ate when I felt hungry, took walks when I pleased. I could sit quietly with a book in my favorite chair. In the nursing home, everything was on a schedule I didn't create. Breakfast came whether I was hungry or not. Lights out happened at a fixed hour, and if I wanted to step outside, I had to ask and wait for someone to help me. Simple choices like what to eat or wear felt more like privileges than rights. I remember sitting up in bed one morning, reaching for a book I used to love. But it hit me. This wasn't my bed, not my room, not my life anymore. My things were gone. My freedom, gone with them. If you're considering a nursing home, ask yourself honestly, are you ready to give up the small freedoms that make your life feel like yours? Because once they're gone, you'll miss them more than you ever imagined. Regret number 2. Feeling forgotten. When I first arrived, my family promised they'd visit often, and for a while they did. My daughter came weekly. The grandkids popped in on weekends. It felt like I still belonged. But slowly, the visits stopped. The phone calls became shorter. Holidays got quieter. Life outside kept moving, and I stayed still. I remember sitting by the window, holding my phone, wondering if I should call my son. But I didn't want to be a burden. So I just sat there, waiting. It wasn't that they stopped loving me. Life just got busy. But in here, time moves differently. Days feel longer, and the silence can be deafening. If you're thinking of a nursing home, ask yourself, are you prepared for the loneliness? Because being out of sight really does make it easy to become out of mind. Regret. 3. Losing my sense of purpose. Before the nursing home, I had a reason to get up each morning, whether it was watering my plants, cooking, or tidying up. Those small tasks gave my days meaning. But once I moved in, everything was done for me. Meals were served, rooms were cleaned, there were no chores, no projects, no purpose. At first, I thought it would feel like a break, but it didn't. I watched people who were once active and full of life sit around all day, staring at the clock. There was a man named George, a carpenter his whole life, hands that once built beautiful things, now sat idle in his lap. He told me, I feel useless. And I knew exactly what he meant. If you're considering a nursing home, ask yourself, what gives your life meaning? Because once it's gone, filling your time won't be enough. You'll need to fight to feel alive again. Regret number 4. Declining health. Faster than expected. Before I moved in, I wasn't doing badly. I could cook, clean, and walk on my own. I had little routines that kept me active. But in the nursing home, those routines vanished. Meals were delivered, help was always available. And slowly, I stopped moving. At first, it felt like convenience. Then I noticed my legs getting stiff. Walking became harder. Getting up took effort. The less I did, the less I could do. I watched others go through the same thing, from walking confidently to needing wheelchairs in just a few months. One woman told me, "I feel like I aged 10 years since I got here, and honestly, I felt the same. If you stop using your body, you lose it, faster than you think." Ask yourself, will you have the motivation to stay strong in a place designed for comfort? Because getting it back isn't easy. Regret number 5, losing privacy and dignity. At home, I had my space. I could close the door, take a shower, or sit in silence. In the nursing home, privacy became a luxury. Staff came and went. Room checks were constant. Sometimes I needed help just to get dressed or use the bathroom. I know they were doing their job, but it was still hard, asking for help with things I'd done on my own for 80 years. Even meals weren't up to me. And if you share a room, you're not guaranteed peace. Some residents had roommates who made sleep impossible. Some had no choice at all. It's hard to explain what it feels like when your life becomes so public, so dependent on others. Ask yourself, are you ready to give up the privacy and dignity you've had your whole life? Because once it's gone, you don't always get it back. Regret number 6, realizing it's harder to leave than you think. When I moved in, I thought it was temporary. If I didn't like it, I'd just go home. But home wasn't the same anymore. My house sat empty. My kids had started selling my things, even talked about renting the place out. And me? I wasn't as strong as I used to be. Months of easy living had weakened me, physically and mentally. The idea of going back became more terrifying than comforting. And just like that, leaving wasn't an option anymore. I met others with the same story. They thought it was just for a while, only to realize that getting out was far harder than getting in. So ask yourself, if you move in, are you prepared to stay? Because leaving may not be as simple as you think. Final thoughts. I don't regret growing older, but I do regret thinking a nursing home was my only option. They're not all bad. For some, they're necessary, but they should be the last resort, not the first. If I could do it over, I'd fight harder to stay home. I'd look for in-home care. I'd explore every option before giving up the life I had. Because once you step into a nursing home, everything changes. So before you decide, ask yourself, is this truly what's best, or just what's easiest right now? If this video spoke to you, please leave a comment below and share what resonated most. I'd love to hear your thoughts and stories. And if you found this helpful, like, share, and subscribe so we can continue creating content that informs and inspires. Thank you for watching, and take care of the life you have. It's worth holding on to.